Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we go really deep into the world of sound. So how we can shape sound, how we can shape the way the tones sound on the guitar, and also how we can improve our awareness of sound. And I always felt, for myself, that the range of sound possibilities on the guitar is quite limited. I mean, you pluck the string and it goes bong, and then it fades away quickly. And so I was actually quite busy for a long time to find ways how to manipulate the sound, to really to be able to get a lot of different sounds out of the guitar, to have like more variety. Because I also was very or still I'm very inspired by a lot of different instruments from other cultures, like string plucked instruments from other cultures, and I really very often I feel these instruments, they are so rich in their timbre, and and I worked a lot on to get these sounds on the guitar, because I long time ago I really decided to play the guitar, and in a way I often felt oh, I should change it to the oud or tambur or like sarod or tar, all these beautiful instruments of other cultures. But then I already knew so much about my instrument and different styles, and also like harmony and jazz and more this classical language, Western harmony language. So I didn't want to really give up that. So I was quite busy to get this richness and these sounds to my guitar. So we already talked about the different movements, because I think that's more or less the main thing about tone, is that you check out the lesson. It's I01. It's the first intermediate lesson, where I talk about the 5 different movements, and now I also found another one, so maybe I will update that sometime in the future. There like a 6th movement I found out, and that lesson is actually really like you really practice these different movements, and then you get more sensitive and more aware of these different sounds you can create, and these different techniques. So it's not only about speed, these movements, it's really very much about tone. But that's all in that lesson. So I want to go into different aspects in this lesson today. And I strongly advise you to download the PDF. You find a link in the description, and it also helps to support my channel, of course. And I also have this PDF here in front of me, and I will just go through that. But I definitely will not explain everything here. For me, these lessons actually here in this video format, they are more like a bonus kind of a thing. More like I have this PDF, and I more or less mostly I made this for myself to when I'm practicing and studying myself. I collect these materials and put them in a certain kind of a form, in a written form, and now I try to translate or to explain that to other people here on this channel. So it's like a kind of a channeling of what I already have, but what is maybe not so clear by itself. If I just give you this PDF, for example, maybe sometimes you do not really understand certain things. And of course, the main thing also in the long run is to come up with a book. Okay, so now we talked enough. Okay, so one interesting thing about the guitar is that you actually have these 6 strings, and every string has a different sound, and that's something you should be really aware of. For example, when you want to play a certain melody, it's a good idea also to play it horizontal, like more in this Indian way, or also Turkish tambur, and you very often you play on one string. That gives you that makes sure that you deal always with the same kind of a timbre, with the same kind of a sound. Because if you play something like yeah, it sounds very different when I play it here. Or when I play it here. Or here. Yeah, you hear that it's really different, and in a way you should be aware of that actually every string on the guitar needs a different kind of an approach. Yeah, how hard you hit it and strike it, and what possibilities you have on every string. I mean, this is of course something what comes more intuitive with time. But you can just try to really play certain melodies, certain notes on one string, and then play the same thing on another string, and really or sync yourself. Go to one string and improvise on one string and sing for yourself. What kind of sound is that? What kind of mood does it create? Is it more is it very open and lots of harmonics, or is it more dampened, more mysterious maybe in a way, or so that's something I think Pat Metheny said that. I just know the quote. I do not really know where it's coming from, but he says like the guitar is actually like 6 different instruments. Maybe Mick Goodrick also said that. Maybe him. I don't know, but that's really like for example on the piano, like every note has a certain strings, like 3 strings, or like a pair of string, or just one string, and so every note has of course its timbre. That's the same. I mean, that's the same with any instrument. But on the guitar, you really have a lot of possibilities to play the same note on different strings. So that it's, in a way, you can also say or sing the guitar as like 6 different piano keyboards, stacked on top of each other. So like you have sounds like yeah, you can never do. But here you can maybe do like, yeah, you have the if you understand more the characteristics of each string, you can also go for manipulate this. These sounds in specific ways, that you get a certain kind of a sound. Like for example, you get like maybe more like this tar balama sound here, but here you get more this maybe more like oud or rabab. Yeah, you don't have to name it, of course. You don't have to name these different sounds, but of course, when you hear a certain instrument, a certain sound, you can also try to go to your guitar and try to find ways how you can get this sound on your instrument. Okay, now we go on with this PDF. We have there something like the shaping of the sound. And basically, you can say there is this three-dimensional space, and this pick here, you can have like different kinds of movements of this pick. You know, it can move in different ways, and it can be played with more strong or more soft, with more muscle work or with less muscle work, and you can go a bit more away from the strings. I mean, not play them, or you go more close to the string, so more material of the pick will work against each string, yeah, or you go more away, so just the tip is going over the string, and also the placement more to the bridge or more to the fretboard. This is or you can think more in this direction when you play, or more in this direction. So you have a lot of possibilities actually. How your plectrum will move in this three-dimensional space to play each individual string, and that's actually very 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 complex. And every kind of a movement, angle or muscle you add or you loosen will change the sound. So, and that's something I experienced, or I think for myself, that the guitar is not like capable maybe of such a variety of different sounds, like for example with a saxophone or with a bowed instrument. You have sometimes a lot of possibilities, but actually you do have a lot of possibilities also on these different strings and so on the guitar, but they are maybe more subtle. So you have to, in a way, you have to work more in a more subtle way on that to really get these nuance out of the instrument, out of it. And yeah, so there are on the PDF there are different points you can explore, and I think that's really clear if you go through that. And it's really like you know, when you play something, yeah, you hear that? It's quite. If you really are more aware of sound and these little nuance things, what actually like the whole harmonic spectrum is like changing, and sometimes you have the feeling the sound is more near, and sometimes it's more away, and sometimes it's more high, sometimes it's more low. So if you're more aware of that, and you do your explorations with these ideas, then it's getting actually quite. You can really get really deep into that, and it's like all these different worlds of sound which are just coming, through that, which you might not really be aware of when you think more notes and about rhythm and playing on the right note choice scales and chords and everything. Then you I mean, I think most. I would not say most, but a lot of guitarists, in a way, they have one way of playing. Especially what you see that in jazz, that you have like a maybe not so rich on overtones like harmonics. It's more like a, but it's a very powerful sound. It's bong. It's really there, But it's the variety of nuance is quite narrow. But it's a very strong sound, and once you find that sound, you stick with that. Since I'm thinking a bit differently, and my conception also in when I play solo is more different. I also, especially when I play solo, I have all these. The possibilities to play very soft and really make like nuance variations, and you hear everything, in a band context, when it's already drums, like the cymbals are sounding and the bass is already covering the low frequencies. It's not so present, these nuances. It gets very hidden in a way. So it's different. You need maybe different sounds or some effects or stuff to come through, and through all that sound what is already there. So you're like the dynamic range is more limited. You already play quite loud if you play soft. So you have less possibilities, and like nuances will definitely become less obvious. All right, so let's go to the second page, awareness of sound. Sound is a very profound thing, and especially when you go in this maybe more spiritual, even religious conceptions and ideas, especially in Hinduism, you have this idea of nada Brahma, which means like sound is God. So it's actually like, and sound, what is sound? Sound is vibration. So the whole creation, so to speak, can be explained in different grades of finer vibrations become grosser, and that they go from a more ether kind of a state to light, and to sound, and then to light, and then to like to matter, and so in a way it's also kind of not a religious thing, but you can say like every aspect of existence has a kind of a sound component assigned to it. So like life is movement, and also you can see there's a lot of movement in like matter, which is like not movable. You think like stone or something like. But anyway, that's maybe too far out here. But I actually like this idea about to really take the sound very serious in a way. It's a very deep thing, and it has this connection of vibration to like the spiritual like God heights of like the whole other world, or the other part, which is not like this rational intellectual side of our life. So it opens the door to a complete different like more like emotional, more irrational and mystical fairy tale room, or and in Hindu religion, you have these three gods like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and Brahma is a creator, Vishnu is a maintainer or preserver, and Shiva is a destroyer. So it's like these three forces. So you create, you maintain, and you destroy, and that's like a kind of a cycle, and then it starts again. And that's actually these different forces are all already in one note you play. So you can when you play, you have like this part of creation. So a note is and when you see that like when you record something and you see like the wave form, you see like there is some very weird movement that the string is when the string is starting to vibrate, because it has to go from here to there and back, and it takes a certain kind of time until the string is really like vibrating in a kind of repetitive way, where also you have this equal division of the string, have like these notes and yeah, that's maybe you also have to check out this harmonic lesson there in this case. But anyway, so it takes a bit of like a kind of an attack, and it takes a little process to really have the tone. And then, of course, with the guitar, it's like almost not there, but maybe very little. You have this Vishnu aspect. What that means, you maintain the note stays for maybe a very short while, stays kind of the same volume, so to speak. But maybe not really. I mean, maybe you can, when you see it, it looks a bit like that, you know, for a certain kind of a time, it's kind of equal there, like, and then with the guitar, of course, like Shiva, you have this aspect of slowly destroying the tone in the sense that the tone fades away. So it's like one life, you know. It's like it's something. It's created, it's maintained, preserved, and then it fades away. So that's also the word tone. That's also something you can think of. Tone has a T. It's the attack. It's really the power, the force to make something. You know, the initial force or the spark of creation. And then you have tone. O is a vowel, I think. It's an English vocabulary. I'm not really sure. So like A, E, O, U is like so that's the actual sound of the note. And then tone, the note, the N is like in a way like killing this and bring it back to the zero, you can say. So every note yeah, if you just play one note and let it ring, it's one creation, maintain it, and you just destroy it, and it's like one life. Every tone is one thing. Okay, I think sometimes maybe you can say the Vishnu aspect is maybe like the repetition or the tremolo. If you like it, not do that, but you do. Yeah. Then you have this more. I mean, it's of course it's always a new note, but every note is I mean, you do not really destroy every note in a way. You replace every note, but of course you destroy every note. Otherwise, you would not be able to hit it again. But anyway, that's maybe too far. Maybe you can think about that yourself. What if you're interested in this kind of a way of thinking? Okay, it's also interesting this idea here. What I just did, I played a note, and this note just fades away, and in a way it leads you into the nothingness, into the emptiness, into like the void. You can also say. Yeah, it's also interesting to just play a note and to follow it. To listen for that, for the real end, where you're not really sure is it already gone, or and I just hear it in my head, still remembering it, or is it still there, very soft? Also, this exercise makes you actually aware of how long a note on the guitar actually sounds. It's quite long, you know. It's mostly you're not aware of it. Of course, mostly when you play in a band context, there it's gone much earlier, because all the other instruments will just cover a soft note anyway. But there you really get this idea how long a note actually sounds. One interesting thing is to get a sense of the room you're playing, or you're practicing, or also on concerts. Maybe you can do that. And I figured out, this is quite interesting, to do something like a small kind of an awareness exercise, to really sense the room, how the sound is working or filling the room, what the room is doing to the sound. And what you can do, you can just play a note, and you hold one ear closed. So you just hear now with a left ear. Then you do the other way around. And you try to listen for the room in a way. So concentrate on the room. And then you have both ears, you free, you open them, and then you have a very like three-dimensional impression of the room. You get more and more sensitive to the stereo quality you're hearing, and do that for yourself. Try it. I think it's quite impressive what can happen, especially if you have a room which has maybe more like a bit more reverb or something. So that's a good exercise. Then another exercise with sound is to to sense the vibrations of the instrument. So not what it sounds through your ears, but through your body, actually. So where are the contact points to the instruments? I have the thumb here, I have my fingers here, I have the arm here, I have the body of the guitar here, and I have it also here laying on my leg. And so to really play something and play different notes, because every note vibrates differently, stronger or not so strong, and some are more vibrant. You feel more, and then just feel the different points. Yeah, and I think you will be really surprised where what you're actually sensing. And I think this is some really mostly very unconscious thing. What we always get these input of sensing vibrations when we play, and we are not really aware of that, because you can really tell, because when you are aware of that, it feels very differently. Yeah, you notice so much of these vibrations. So in a way, you let your body sensing the vibrations taking over your hearing. So you stop concentrating on hearing just the different notes, how they actually vibrate and how it feels. Maybe you concentrate on a certain spot, like on the fingers here or wherever, and play different notes and sense these vibrations. Another thing to be really aware of, and that's also in the text, I see that the time is running, but that's important also. Another important thing is like the open strings you have on the guitar, because you should be really aware of that when you play, that certain keys, certain notes will really bring other strings to resonate. You know, when you, for example, when I play notes which are not notes like kind of harmonics or open strings of the other strings. So for example, I play then I stop. Then it's very different when I play it in a half step higher. So I play B flat, C sharp, D sharp, and now I play B, D, D, E. Yeah, and I'm stopping the string I just played on, and you hear all these resonating strings. You know, that's something really impressive. Instead of yeah. So that's something in general. I mean, I'm really aware of that. I mean, I really mostly when I play or compose, especially, I pick like certain tonalities which have open strings, and I even one time I composed something in what was that? I think in C minor. I don't know, but then I really put a capo here to have some open string possibilities to resonate. But I was never using open strings in my playing, but it made a huge difference just to have all these resonating strings. And of course, a lot of instruments, especially in Indian music, they have resonating strings, and they take a huge part in the sound. Also on the oud, it's very important, the Turkish or Arabic oud, to play in the keys which have actually like where open strings can resonate. This is like a very different thing than playing in keys where you don't have any open string like resonating. And anyway, there's also some stuff written on the PDF. So I think that's it. We talked about a lot of stuff. Please print out the PDF or download it, and yeah, make your own. Take your own explorations through the world of sound and tone and awareness and manipulation of timbre and everything. Yeah, so I hope you like this lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, there you will get like notifications if a new video will be out. I'm planning like to publish or release a new video every week. And also you can donate when you go follow the link to Guitar Academia, the site on my website, hoophildenbrand.com. But as I said, you find the link down in the description below. There you can also donate to support my work here on this channel. So, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. My name is Hoophildenbrand.